Let's start with an update on Clayton Lewis. What's he done and how long is he going to be out for?
I guess you want to start with the bad news. Clayton has got a fractured patella, so time frame is sort of like unknown. We see how that fracture heals. It could be 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks at this stage, but so disappointed for Clay. To be honest, gutted for him, but I thought he was getting into some good form. I think they created that partnership with Alex again in that midfield. So disappointing time for us as a team for Clay to be injured.
Yeah, he obviously played through it for a while there, which is quite impressive. He's got a broken kneecap, but did you not think it was as bad as it now is?
No, look, we always go off the player at the end of the day. The player's the one with the knock. At half-time, he was assessed. He said he was okay to continue through, and then obviously it got too sore where we had to take him off the field. So, like I said, a very important player for us, and you know, we're upset that he won't be involved for the next few games.
Yeah, what did you make of the challenge on that? Because I don't think it was even given us a foul, was it?
I think there was a foul, maybe in a yellow card as well for Nkololo at the time. Look, I thought, during the game, especially the last 15 minutes, maybe the last 20 minutes, I thought, in my opinion, there was a lot of little niggly stuff, a lot of some strong challenges coming through, and at the time I thought the official may have let things go too much. And look, we don't want these type of injuries with players. This is where they earn their money, and this is what they do, and this is their profession. So, like I said, it's disappointing for us and disappointing for Clay where he's at the moment. But all we need to focus on now is him obviously healing and doing his rehab and get himself back on the park.
Yeah, because you lost Clayton and Alex last season. Was that part of why you then brought in Steven Ugarkovic, and how valuable was it to now have a player like that who can just swap back in?
Yeah, I think we've got the best 4 sixers in the team in the competition. To be honest, you know, we still got Nico, still got Stevie there that can step in and do a job. In these circumstances where bad things happen, obviously opportunities arise for other players to step in, and now you know it's up to Stevie and Nico to come in and do a job.
Yeah, will you look to sign anyone? There's still a little bit of time in the window. Or
no, we're looking at it. We're still looking at it at the moment. We haven't come to a conclusion now with also Clay getting injured of what's best suited for us. Initially, we thought we do need a central defender. I do believe we need that depth in that position as well. So you know, hopefully we can get something across the line before the window is closed.
Yeah, how's Oscar Zavada? Was mentioned on one of the Sky TV programs. He had a bit of a leg issue. Yeah,
he's fine. He's fine. He trained yesterday. He'll train this afternoon once we get to Palmy. So he's good to go.
Yeah, and how do you feel about heading to Palmy to play Perth? I mean, it's obviously a longer trip for them.
Yeah, it's a long trip for them, but it's also a home game that's we're away again, unfortunately. But look, it's exciting. I've never been up to Palmy, so hopefully we get a good turnout, we get a good crowd, and most of all, we get a good outcome.
If we were discussing yesterday, you're a yellow card away from suspension.
Yes.
It's quite not often a coach gets 5 yellow cards in a season.
Yeah, maybe too much fire in the belly at times, a bit of frustration at times within the games, but look, something that I'm aware of. Look, at the end of the day, I am who I am. I'm not going to change who I am. Maybe a bit more, you know, awareness of those moments where I do get frustrated. But look, at the end of the day, it's not meant in a bad way. I think it's just the desire and the passion to be successful and to win games.
We have seen that passion in your players too. I mean, there's been a few scuffles post-match as well. Has there been an intensity raised, do you think, in the past few games since the new year? Yeah,
I don't agree with the scuffles, because I think the one in Brisbane we didn't start, and the one against Central Coast we didn't start again. So at the end of the day, boys will be boys. I think they need to recognise when there is conflict, which one to chase and which one not to chase up. And both occasions, I don't think we needed to do that, especially in the Central Coast game. So I think we're looking at it in a different lens, where the Brisbane game, they started the melee, and I think the Central Coast game, they started the melee with a player lashing out and kicking after the final whistle, kicking all his hands. So. Look, it happens. It's the desire and passion to be successful. Do we take it a step too far maybe at times? Maybe, yes. But I think, look, at the end of the day, it's all handbags.
But you must be proud your players are backing each other up, right, in those situations?
Well, we are a family. We see ourselves as a family. We want to get the outcome by playing football, not by doing that. So the focus is just playing football.
Do you think, though, also you're becoming a team teams hate to play now, a little bit?
I think not hate to play. I think we have a lot of respect from the opponents in the way that they set up. I think teams may hate to play us in the sense that I think we try to play a certain brand of football, and I think we do play some good football at times. And I think one thing that we need to do is try to be able to maintain that for 90 minutes, 95 minutes within a game. So, yeah, I do believe that teams find it tough when they do play Wellington Phoenix.
You can go second this weekend. I mean, is the vision trying to finish before the playoffs in top spot?
Look, the aim was to make the top six. We take it game by game. We're playing against a very good opponent who's picked up a lot of points at home. They're 3 points behind us. The competition is still very close. So for us, our focus is to win the game against Perth and get the 3 points. We take game by game. At the end of the day, yes, we want to finish as high as we possibly can, but the goal is still to make the top six.
With Clayton gone now, he was doing a lot of deep-lying midfield creative play. I guess, how are you going to fill that creative void now? Well,
we've got Stevie and we've got Nico that can play that role. For me, when you talk about creative, my thoughts on the role of the six is how many balls they win for the team rather than what they really do with the ball, because we have 2 10s and we have 2 9s that play in front of them that are the ones that we want them to attack and create opportunities. So for me, I judge more the sixes on how many balls they actually win for the team when we don't have the ball. So Stevie will possibly come in, maybe Nico. We've got another session today alongside Roos. So I still believe we have the cattle to close that gap without Clay being there. So, like I said, we'll take it game by game. We'll get through today's session this afternoon once we arrive in Palmy, and we'll go from there.
We spoke with Lucas yesterday, who's obviously coming on loan. How do you think that move sort of worked out?
Yeah, look, players need time to adjust. Obviously, he was at Newcastle last year, playing in a different setup. They played more with the fullback being inverted, coming inside. We play with, obviously, our fullback's giving us more width going forward because we play quite narrow with our 10s and our 9s anyway. So I think he's adapted well. I think he understands the role a lot better, and he's a young player willing to learn. Similar to Suts. Suts has been a little bit unfortunate in that space by getting sick, leading into a game. So, and I'm quite fair with my players, and I believe Lucas has done all right to maintain his position.
Yeah, because what did you identify as sort of a loan move and I guess signing him? How did that sort of come about?
Well, the reality was similar to when the first year with Libby, when we brought in Walter. I didn't want to bring an older player on top of Suts at that time. I wanted to bring a similar age player where they can challenge each other and push each other. Players think a little bit differently. If we brought in maybe a 26, 27-year-old left back, maybe Suts would have felt that he's not going to get a sniff within the team. So I wanted to bring in the same age player with the same ambition to be able to push each other and maximise their potential.
Is it going to reach like a frustrating conclusion though, knowing that it's just for one season with him? Like, there's no option to...
Look, at the end of the day, players come and go, Phil. Coaches come and go, as you know. So the reality is we'll utilise Lucas to the best we can for the best outcome for the team for Wellington Phoenix. At this time, he's doing well, so we'll use him to his fullest potential. And there might be a time where Suts comes back in and he gets the opportunity to do that. So look, Lucas obviously had to sign an extra deal before he ended up doing the loan deal through Newcastle. Obviously, they see him as a potential as well. Well, obviously, they thought James was a better player this season for him, and an opportunity arose for him to come on loan, and they believe that Wellington Phoenix was a great place for him to develop.